Back here in CBS Sports HQ, where the Juan Soto sweepstakes continues. The defending World Series champions, the LA Dodgers, are now in the mix for the offseason's top free agent. For the very latest on the meeting that happened yesterday between both parties, let's go ahead and say hello to our own Jim Bowden for more on this. Jim, it is great to see you. What is the very latest you're hearing for the pursuit for Juan Soto?
Yeah, Juan Soto's meeting went extremely well with the Dodgers, but you know what? That's what we heard after he met with the Mets and the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, so that shouldn't be a surprise. But what the Dodgers can sell to Juan Soto is something the other teams really can't. They give him the best chance of winning multiple world championships during his next contract. Can you imagine Soto in a lineup with Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman? The four of them, future Hall of Famers, all hitting together. I mean, that would be really tough to beat. So they have that to sell. The Dodgers also have payroll flexibility because Shohei Ohtani deferred all his money. So they have the dollars where they can compete. But take a look at the graphic here, and this is the order that I think are the most likely landing spots for him. I'm going to put the Mets first because I believe their owner, Steve Cohen, is going to offer the most years and the most money. And I think Juan Soto is not going to leave a penny on the table. I believe he and his agent, Scott Boras, are going to make sure that they maximize what he can get. Now, the question I have with the Yankees is, will Hal Steinbrenner match the Mets offer? I'm not sure he will. If he does, then I think the Yankees have a chance. We talked about the Dodgers certainly have the best team to sell long term, but the other teams that are also involved, the Philadelphia Phillies, and they're expected to meet with him next. And remember, Dave Dombrowski, their president, has made his calling card on signing star players. It's what he does. And the Phillies have two big salaries coming off their payroll this year, JT Realmuto and Kyle Schwarber. So they have the money to make a run at Soto. And keep in mind, so one of Soto's best friends is Philly shortstop Trey Turner. The Red Sox impressed him in their meeting as well. I need to bring that up because they really sold their farm system and they sold their payroll flexibility going forward because of the amount of young players they have. So I think those are going to be the top teams that are in it. And don't forget the Blue Jays, who, by the way, will probably finish second in terms of their bid for him. I just don't think they can sell the organization and the country enough to get Soto to play in Canada full time.
All right, it'll be interesting to see if the two former Nationals reunite or if Juan Soto remains in the state of New York. I do want to talk a little bit more about the Mets here because there was a move made yesterday as the Mets acquired center fielder Jose Siri in a trade with the Rays. We know the Mets center field defense was a bright spot last season, but how much more does it improve with the addition of Siri now?
Yeah, so when I look at Jose Siri, I see a fourth outfielder. I don't see the starting center fielder of the Mets, right? This is a guy hit 187 last year, got on base 25% of the time, which is consistent with his career. Now, I love his power, hit 18 homers. I love his speed, he stole 14 bags. And oh, by the way, he leads baseball in bat flips, swag, and chains around his neck. I mean, his swag is just elite. Now, defensively, he's exactly what David Stearns, the head of baseball operations for the Mets, wants. He's an elite defender, 99th percentile in outs above average, 97th percentile in arm, 99th percentile in speed. That's an elite defensive outfielder to come off the bench, but I think that's the role. Now, on the other side for Tampa Bay, they got a power arm back that has no command, no control. For the Rays, it was more about a salary dump, because Siri's arbitration eligible. And number two, they want to open center field up for Johnny DeLuca, who they acquired from the Dodgers in the Tyler Glasnow deal. Now, when I talked to Kevin Cash, the manager of the Rays, he did tell me something funny. He said they were going to have to trade Siri because every time they had a meeting in the clubhouse and they said Siri, every iPhone in the locker room started to go off.
He was over it.
Every single one would light up when they mentioned his name. So, look, I think that's going to disrupt the Mets clubhouse a little bit. But, look, they got an elite defender. I just don't think he's an everyday player because of the lack of hit tool.
All right, that's a good reason. I guess we'll take it. Well, lastly here, it's a big night, Jim, as the AL and NL Cy Young Award winners will be announced tonight. That's at 6 p.m. What's your prediction?
Okay, spoiler, I'm going to give it to you. Tariq Skubal is going to win the AL. Congratulations to him. He'll win it over Emmanuel Clase and Seth Lugo. And congratulations to Chris Sale. He will win it in the National League over Zach Wheeler, and who cares who finishes in third place. look, this is not a close race. I hate to ruin who's going to win for everyone, but this is the year of the left-hander. This is the year of the aces. And Tariq Skubal, a 2.39 ERA with 228 punch-outs. Chris Sale, a 2.38 ERA, almost identical to Skubal with 225 strikeouts, only 3 less than Skubal. They were the 2 best pitchers in their respective leagues. They're going to get the hardware. Their mantelpiece is going to look a lot better tomorrow morning than it does right now.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. No need to wait till 6 p.m. Spoiler alert right here on CBS Sports HQ. Mark your calendar. Some important dates to know that are coming up in baseball. Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, the MLB MVP Awards will be announced, and December 9th will mark the start of the winter meetings that carry over through the 12th.